Welcome to Specific Love. This is the 4th edition of 10 Life Hacks with PVC. Let's begin. Have you ever forgot your keys and you get locked out of your house and you're kind of just stuck? Well, here's a great way to keep from that happening. This is a piece of 2-inch PVC pipe. I have an end cap on one end, and you want to glue this end on. On the other end, it's a plug cap. If I can get it to spin. This right here, you glue this end on here. This is about 5 inches long. You can make it any length you want. Glue that cap on there, and now you can store your keys in here. So put an extra pair of keys, maybe on a piece of string or a piece of wire, and then you can screw this on. Now you can go bury this out in the yard, about up to here, and make sure it's near some kind of like a water drain, and people will think that it is part of your drainage system. And that is a great way to hide your keys. If you have any kind of sliding glass doors, a lot of people will take some wood and wedge down in there to keep it from being opened easily from the outside. Well, a lot of times the wood will get trapped down in a groove and it gets real difficult to pull it out. Well, here's an easy way, using some PVC. Of course, you want to cut it to the length of where it's going to sit, but you also want to include a little T and then an extra handle. That way, whenever you need to remove it, you can just grab the handle, lift it up, and easily get it out of the way. If you like to work around the yard a lot, or if you do a lot of landscaping, you know that having a bunch of tools can just be a pain, because they'll topple around, whether it's in the back of your truck or your trailer, and sometimes just get in the way or possibly even fall out. Well, here's a great way to carry your tools. Get you a piece of 4-inch PVC pipe, or larger, that seems to work the best, and you can strap it to your trailer or truck, wherever you're using, and then you can just shove your tools down in there nice and secure. And that way you can carry them around, and you can drive up and down the road if you have to, and you don't have to worry about them falling out or getting in your way. If you like to do a bunch of fishing, I got a great way to use some PVC to help. First, get you a 2-inch PVC pipe. This is about 5 inches long, doesn't have to be exact. I then took a marker, did some odd designs because I'm going to drill a bunch of holes in it. So now, once you get all these holes drilled in it, you now need a cap. And this cap is, of course, is the gluable sealed kind, but we're going to drill one little hole in it so that we can take what I have here, some paracord, tie some knots in it so it'll hold it well. You want to put that on one end, make sure you glue it in place. And then on the other side, you need one of the caps that glue on one end and screws in on the other, because you want to have easy access to this. And then you glue this in place. Once that's in there, now it's a great chum holder, or you can set any kind of, maybe some ham or bacon or something that'll attract the fish and has that smell that'll just permeate through the water. Screw your little lid on. Now you can take this and hang it over the side of your boat or your dock or wherever you choose, and that should help with your fishing. If you're interested in improving the security of some of your push-up windows, especially if they're white in frame, I've got a great idea. Just get you a piece of 1/2-inch PVC, cut it to size, and wedge it into place. The great thing about it being white is that it goes great with the frame. You hardly even notice it, and you can leave it there all year long. You don't have to worry about it getting in the way unless you want to open a window, and then you can just easily move it out. If your wife likes to craft like mine, you're going to have tape and ribbon just about everywhere in her crafting area. Well, I have a great way to fix that. This is just some 1/2-inch PVC that I've got some corner pieces on, either 6 inches, 3 inches, about 4 inches, 6 inches across here. I got some 90-degree elbows here, except on the other side, which I'm using some CPVC. Now, to connect those, I got some couplings. Now, the CPVC 90 degrees, they will usually sit down in the PC couplings pretty well. Some of them are loose, some of them like this side are real stiff. Well, I suggest gluing one side to a coupling, and these can spin. Well, let me show you how these work. With the CPVC, you need these because on the ribbon, they have much smaller holes that won't fit around the PVC. Slide you a few on here. Put your connector back and then slide them into place. Now for your tape, they fit quite well around just the PVC. Throw your tape on there, whichever order you'd like. Snap it into place. And there you go. You got a great holder for your tapes and your ribbon. Now another thing is if you run out of space on here, you can easily add an addition to it by taking your PVC here, pulling it apart from the corner, adding another piece in there, and there you go, additional holders, or you can create additional holders for your ribbon. Another additional piece of this is that on the back here, if you were to put a couple holes in, put a couple nails in the wall, then you can take this and you can hang it on the wall. And there's a great way to store your ribbon and your tapes. Or anything like myself and you just have extension cord thrown in a pile, here's a great way to fix that. This is just some 1/2-inch PVC. I use some T's, got 6 of them, got some 3-inch pipes on the ends. These are 4-inch in the center, and these are, I believe, 6-inch. Put your extension cord on there and you can roll it up. I'll show you right here. Get it going. And there you go. Here's your extension cord caddy. This next idea I actually got from a friend of my wife. He's a photographer, and I noticed one day that he had his camera out, but he did not have a tripod. I thought that was strange. If you're taking a bunch of photos, aren't your arm going to get tired? You need something to put it on. But then I realized, well, a tripod, put it on and take it off, put it on and take it off, can get to be a pain. What he was carrying was a piece of PVC. I thought, wow, that's strange, until I realized what he had done. He took a coupler and you took an end cap and a bolt and you screw that straight into the bottom of your camera. And then you could easily stick it on top of the PVC, take a bunch of pictures from here at a height. This happens to be 5 foot because it works for me. And then you could take it off and do all your maneuvers and all your small shots and put it right back on here. Great way to use your camera. When you're cleaning your house, if you happen to have any big vaulted ceilings, or in my case, I have a nice drop off going over the stairs, it's sometimes hard to reach up in those corners, especially, you just don't want to risk your life. I mean, in our case, I have to lean over the stairs, or in the past, my wife has actually fallen off chairs trying to get up in those corners, trying to get all those cobwebs or whatever else might be up there. So here's a great way to solve that. This is a piece of 1-inch PVC. It's cut to about 6 foot because it works with ours. You can easily now reach up into those corners and get all those cobwebs, and it should be able to fit nicely into your current connector. If not, you can wrap some tape around it and it'll fit in nicely. And there's an easy way to keep from falling and getting hurt. In my second life hacks video, I showed you how to use one of the crossbar lug wrenches with some PVC to make it easier. Well, one of my viewers, Julie Whiting, suggested another idea you can use with your factory lug wrench. Now with the factory ones, of course, they're only about 1 foot long, which does not give you much leverage at all. She said she carries around in her trunk a piece of PVC. This is a little over 2 feet. She said somewhere around a meter length that she uses, but anything helps. Slide that over the end. Now that gives you a lot more leverage to use to take off your lug nuts, especially if you're on the side of the road. If you have any other ideas using PVC, make sure you leave a comment and tell me what that is, and you just might be mentioned in a future video. Well, have fun building.